Throughout Black History Month, Blood Assurance is highlighting the need for African American blood donors to support local patients living with sickle cell disease. Joining me this morning to talk more about this is Director of Community Relations and Outreach, Mr. Cliff Reddish. How you doing, Mr. Cliff, today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me.
Yes, happy to have you. We're talking about such an important topic here. Of course, why is Black History Month an especially meaningful time to talk about blood donation and sickle cell disease?
Yeah, sickle cell disease disproportionately affects the majority African Americans.
Yes, it does.
We find that there are some 100,000 folks in America right now that are facing sickle cell disease and dealing with it. And also, it's important to know that about 1 out of every 365 births from the African American or Black community, struggles with sickle cell disease.
And although it affects our community so much more than others, there are people out there who may not be familiar with what sickle cell disease is. So if you don't mind, can you break that down for me?
Sure, I can tell you. Sickle cell disease is a group of blood disorders. It is inherited, so we get it from our parents. And the body produces a sickle-shaped cell, red cell, rather than that smooth, healthy cell. So as you can imagine, if those cells are moving through our veins and arteries, our vasculature, it can cause significant problems. There can be it can get stuck, it can clog up, it can certainly cause things like pain, which it does. It can certainly cause anemia, things including stroke.
Yes, yeah, and so of course when we're talking about how it affects our blood, that's where the blood donations and blood transfers even come into play, because they are needed for survival of these patients.
Sure, the blood transfusion will infuse healthy cells, healthy, normal cells.
Yes.
And it just makes a huge difference for the patients.
It can indeed. And so why is it so important that blood donations for sickle cell patients come from other African Americans?
Yeah, the African Americans have, we're looking for that ethnic group that has certain antigens, certain markers on their blood, and it's much more likely to match, so it can decrease the probability of reactions, a number of issues with that. And it's interesting to note that 1 in 3 African American donors is a good match for someone with sickle cell disease, 1 in 3.
Yeah, and that is when you look at the scape of how many people can donate, that's a big number as well. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, there comes a lot of hesitancy, right, around blood donations in some Black communities due to historical injustices in medicine. So I want to ask you, what are some of the most common concerns that you hear, and how do you address them today?
Yeah, one of those things that we look back on this through history, and of course we think about Tuskegee, right? So we're talking about inherently a historical intrust or non-trust of that. I guess the healthcare community in general. There have been other issues through the past. We at Blood Assurance, I can tell you, we have a trained, culturally compliant group of team members. They're very well aware of that. Our goal is to make every single donor feel special and treat them like heroes, because they are, in our eyes and the eyes of the patients that they work with, really. I can also tell you there's another thing, and that's the needle stick, right? So everybody, seems to think that, oh, I don't like needles or whatever. As I think about it, when you think about those hospital patients that are dealing with sickle cell disease or any number of other diseases who have to receive blood, maybe that pinch that you feel might not be so bad.
Yeah, I definitely, trust me, we even had our blood drive here, and so I know it was still encouraged for everyone to come out and donate. But again, when you think about the hesitancy that comes with certain African Americans in the community, it is very real. But to still know that you can make a difference and you can save a life, it makes all the difference. African Americans still have made a profound contribution to medicine and research as well. How has that legacy helped advance understanding and even treatment of sickle cell disease?
Sure. We automatically think of Dr. Charles Drew, right? Back in the 30s and 40s, he was named the father of blood transfusion, the father of blood banking. And he was certainly instrumental in some of the things that he did back during that time period to advance blood donation, advance storing, separating blood parts so that it could be used. There are a host of other, and I'm going to make sure I get this name right, but it's Dr. Scott, Dr. Roland Scott. Again, back during that same time, Dr. Scott created what we would call the first ever sickle cell treatment or sickle cell research institute through Howard University. There's been a number of folks that have actually worked to advance that. So, going back to being Black History Month,
yes.
We think the blood donation from the Black and African American community is just critical for what we do, critical for hospital patients and those suffering from sickle cell disease.
And there are certainly a lot of details and information that goes into this. And so if you are out there listening, there are certainly ways for you to learn more. How can they do that?
Yeah, you can certainly go to bloodassurance.org online. By all means, there's a tremendous amount of information on there about blood donation in general, and certainly sickle cell disease as well. We have pages and pages of information to read there.
Absolutely. And I know, again, everybody, it can help cool your nerves if you just take the time to read and educate yourselves. That's another thing that we have to continue to do for all people, of course. But again, educating ourselves, that is knowledge and that is power at the end of the day. So thank you so much for sharing a little bit of that knowledge with us here on Day to Day this morning. You guys can find a link, as always, on our As Seen on Day to Day page.